Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren Budgets, and this video is going to be very short, but it is the video of how I saved $17,000 in 1 year. Full disclosure, I am not a low income, or what most people would consider low income. I just, I don't share what I make, but I'm probably like what you would call middle class. Um, and I'm just going to let you guys know how I did it. The things that I was doing as far as paying off debt and how I budgeted myself. So I would have to start like the short and sweet answer is you have to cut your budget down to the bare bones, like the bare minimum. You pay your expenses, you make your debt payments, and the rest goes to savings. I had money for groceries. I had money, I paid all of my expenses, daughter's daycare, therapy, things like that. I would pay every paycheck, no matter when my payment was due or how much I had already paid. I would pay half of all of my credit card bills, whatever half of the payment is, because I was also working on my credit. So even if it was a 3 paycheck month, I was paying half of my credit card bills to help work on my credit at the same time. My larger bills, like I did have a car note during some of this, and there was something else that was pretty large that I wasn't paying. I think I had a larger credit card bill that was like almost $200 monthly payment. I wasn't paying half of that every paycheck like that. No, I'm sorry. I actually just paid that off a couple months ago, I believe in like October. That's when I became consumer debt free. So yeah, I just paid that off in October. So basically, like I said, you cut your budget down to the bare bones. You pay your expenses, everything that you need to pay, cover your four walls, like they say. Make sure you're paying your rent, you're putting money away for like your cell phone, things like that. Money for groceries, but even for the groceries, what I did was I cut it down by, I used to spend like between $400 and $500 per month on groceries. I cut it down to $300. That seems to be like the minimum I can go because there are just some things that I am not going to give up. So $300 a month I did for groceries. That's for me and one child. I just have, it's just me and her. No one else I need to take care of. So, depending on your situation, you will alter your budget a bit, but there are no sinking funds. I cut all my sinking funds out. I did have sinking funds before I started this, but once I realized like, hey, I want to purchase a home, I want majority of my money to go to savings, I cut out all my sinking funds. I had money for groceries. I had my spending money, which I believe was like $75 a paycheck, which I've seen people do even less. I'm a spender, so I need some type of money. So yeah, just cut it down. You have money for groceries, your essentials, and then put the money into savings, whatever you have extra. And you have to have the discipline to not touch that money when you want to purchase something. You don't know how many times I'm like, oh, I can buy that. I have the money sitting in my savings. But then I'm thinking like, how long is it going to take me to replenish that money into my savings? Because while I'm not low income, it did take me 2 weeks to be able to save up that money that I'm about to spend in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it. And every paycheck I wrote down like what I had in my savings account, the balance. To be honest, when I first started, my initial goal was to put like $2,000. I believe it was per month. I was trying to put like save like $2,000 per month. So I had like almost 1,800 when September started, because I got hired at this job at July 31st was when I got hired at my job. So basically August. So what I saved in August was 1,700, and every paycheck I would write down how much I have. And that kind of gives you the motivation also to see that number go up every paycheck, even if it is like only $100, $200. It gives you that motivation. But at the end of the day, like I said, cut it down to the bare bones and remember your end goal. You always want to remember the reason why you're doing this, whether you're trying to save up for a down payment and purchase a home, maybe you're trying to purchase a car, maybe you're just trying to save for your emergency fund. Just, you have to cut it down to the bare bones if you can. I know not everyone can. Fortunately, I was able to, just because of my situation, and I am resourceful. So, I used coupons and things like that in order to cut my grocery bill down, so I'm not spending a ton of money on groceries, and I'm still able to enjoy things that I want and like along with my daughter. So just cut it down as much as you can. I know not everyone's going to be able to save that much money, in 1 year. 17,000 in 1 year, that's a lot. That's more than 1,000 per month. But like I said, I cut it down to the bare bones. I was working overtime, as much overtime as I could work. I was working, because I knew that was going to bring in that extra income. So if you've got a side hustle, you can work overtime, maybe pick up a part-time job somewhere just to have that extra income that you're like, okay, I'm not used to getting this money, so I'm just going to throw it into savings. That's going to be your best bet in order to save as much money as possible, depending on your income situation, of course. For me, like I said, I'm not super low income, but I could have definitely been making more for as hard as I was working, but it worked. I managed to save 17,000. When tax time rolls around, I would pay off some debt every time. Like, I wish I would have started YouTube when I wanted to, because you guys would have seen I was drowning in debt. I had like 7 credit cards, I had a car note, I had my student loans. It's just a lot. I was drowning. So I would pay off some debt so I can save more. And that's why I was making those payments every paycheck. I was paying half of my credit card bill, because I knew once I got those credit card payments out the way, that was more money that I could save. And of course, if you're working on trying to purchase a home or maybe a car, that's going to help build your credit. That's going to help you in the long run also. So not only are you saving, you're working on your credit score in order for you to be able to get better interest rates or whatever the case may be for you. So yeah, like I said, it's super, super simple. The short and sweet answer is cut your budget down to the bare bones. Towards the end, like I said, I wasn't focusing so much on debt. I was focusing on saving. But once I realized that I was saving a lot of money, I had surpassed my goal way early. I wanted 10,000, and I surpassed that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 6 months, I saved $10,000. I cut it down way to half. So instead of my goal to be 2,000 per month to save, I was doing 1,000, or no more than 1,000, because like you see here, I had this is 1,000, not even 1,000. So I cut it down because I wanted to focus more on debts, because I have student loans. My student loans, I knew that was gonna cause some issues with purchasing the home, so I started to focus more on debt and my student loans in general to help me out. But yeah, that's the simple, short and sweet answer. Just cut your budget down. There are no sinking funds. There is no extra spending, and you have to have the discipline. Those are the top 3 things that are going to get you to be able to save the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. For some of you who have been asking for this video, if you're comfortable and I have the time, you can send me an email. My email is in the description box, and maybe we can work through your budget together, kind of cut out what you don't need and making sure that you're covering your necessities to help you reach your goals in a faster amount of time. Like I said, I had tunnel vision on purchasing this house. It took me 1 year to save $17,000, and you see that was in August here. If you watch some of my debt update videos, I had more than that, obviously, but I wanted to pay down debt, so I did take money out of my savings in order to do that. So I could have saved up more in a little over a year, but once you hit that goal and you see okay, what does it matter if I have this much savings if I also have this much amount in debt? So you want to make sure that you're focusing on both. All right, if you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comment section. The comment section. Leave it down below. And I will get to your question, your comment when I've got some time. I usually always have my phone on me, and I answer all comments once I see them come in. And that's it. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if this video is not what you were expecting it to be. There's no secret. You just have to be disciplined. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.